Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Create with Decoded. I'm here with a good friend, Karla Fernandes, who is a professional UX and UI product designer, who is, I think, an expert in building native mobile apps without coding, and specifically in designing them in a beautiful way in Figma and then somehow turning that into a functional mobile app. So today, Karla is going to show us a bit about her process for doing that. But before we get onto that, great to see you, Karla. And would you like to do a quick introduction about how you got into this crazy world?
Yeah, thank you for having me, Kieran. It's great to see you too. Yeah, 4 years ago, I was just really annoyed, not really with my work, but scrolling around. And I realized that one of the only products I have not built so far was a native app. I have built websites, e commerces, products for government and print material, everything, but not a native app. And I actually wanted to do that in 2011, but I was not able to learn Objective-C quick enough to build one. And then I stumbled upon a product that said that I could build a native app on top of Figma. And Figma at the time was already my tool of choice. It's a tool that the designers today use every single day. And we build already apps there, websites. We design them and how they will look, what will be the flow. So when I realized there were a tool that said to me that it would transform my Figma file into something real on my phone, which I could just have the same experience as a native app and without using code, I was like blown away. I just did want to try it. I could not do it exactly at the same moment, but a month later, I took a month vacation. I call that instructional vacation. So every year, I kind of have a month where I try to learn something new. And that was my month goal. So I did get this idea that I want to build in 2011. And there it was really fun to start building and to get rescue off those documentations and things that I taught. Well, it's a very simple app. It was to tie scarves, and I built that in 72 hours.
Nice.
Published to the App Store and App Play Store and App Store. And when I realized that I could build something like this in 72 hours, I was really amazed by it, and I could not stop doing it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, almost everyone has a mobile phone. Everyone uses apps all the time. And yet it's still like, yeah, it's the one thing I've never done. I have never shipped a native mobile app. And I can imagine it must be a great feeling to have it on your phone and be able to use it and then like tell your friends to download the app that you made rather than just like go to your website or something. And yeah, I think the reason I've never done it is because it does seem mysterious and difficult. And yeah, it's like you have to learn a load of new things and ways of like deploying to the App Store. And there's two different apps basically you have to make, or at least until a few years ago, there was no simple way to deploy it, but to both stores. So lots of reasons that it's difficult, but the way you do it makes it sound kind of easy. I'd love if you could, yeah, show us a bit about your process.
Yeah, I did prepare a little template file to show you how I would create an events app and take into consideration that we have these events at Create With on May 21st. I thought it was appropriate for us to start putting that together and showing people how they can start building their products. This was exactly the first version of one of my apps I created 4 years ago that's called UX UI Hub. This app has today 3,600 users and all organically. I have not done any marketing, any promotion, paid anything to rank it. So if I would, I definitely probably would have more users. But the point is that I really like this organic reach too.
Yeah. So they just discovered that like through the App Store.
Exactly, App Store or word of mouth or just navigating also on Google. A lot of people get to learn about the landing page. Also, I did a little launch, right? That was very small. I could not even call that a launch, but on Product Hunt. So I try to do and add this to my network. So it is
Yeah, amazing. Great. Yeah, if you want to go ahead and share your screen, and I'll put it up on stage, and then
let's go.
right there we go.
Okay, so here we can see a Figma file with a very simple structure. It's already done on Figma, so if you don't know Figma, that is the tool. It's pretty simple, but it can be a little bit overwhelming since you don't know. But if you do, you probably see that we have some layers here that have namings on it. And these naming conventions that are between brackets are what we call Bravo tags. This Bravo text is what allow us to turn something into from Figma into something real into inside Bravo Studio. So in this case, this will be the icon of our app. Then there is a loading page state. So we can see here Bravo tag called state loading. And we also have here status bar dark that is for you to see on the top of the screen, like the time and your battery. You can decide if you want that on the screen or not, which color it is. It's black, it's white. So you have a lot of tags. You can see that in this app here, I used all of this. And I also added a link to the documentation here, just for you to see how many tags there are today. Like there are a bunch of them, and each of those have a functionality. So you can build a lot using Bravo Studio today. You could build an Instagram for yourself. You could do a Spotify. You could do, name it, Airbnb, fitness apps. What we are going to build in this app here, it's pretty simple. It's an events app. So I added here the icon for create with, just because this will be the icon of the app. I will also, it's just an image, so I will copy it to the loading state. So every time the app will be loading, you see this screen. Here we can also use a Lottie files. A Lottie files is a little animation like you see in Airbnb, for example, or any other websites. A lot of other tools also export Lottie files like Jitter. You could do little animations and add here, or could put even a GIF, animated GIF. So in here, what I added was a search bar, events list, and events slider. I added those components because at least most of the apps you go to, you have a list of something. In Airbnb, it's a list of houses. In Spotify is a list of albums, or the music itself, or even the artists. So almost every app has a list of something. And the slider is the other thing that you always have, either for events or for albums or for anything. A lot of people are just used to scroll around. And in the second screen here, we see a detail page. So when you have all those items or all those houses in the Airbnb, when you click in one, you want to see more details of it. So you want to know the price, you want to know if it's available to the dates you want to hear the description, read the description from the host. So all of that is a detail page. It's a constraint to, once you click, you can see here in prototype, once you click in the events list, it is just going to the events detail page. And I did the same for the slider, and I will just repeat the information there. I have added here too as functionality button to open URL. So in this case, an event, most of the time the event will be outside of the app. This is how the UXY Hub started too. So when you click on it, it will open the URL in the browser, or could even open inside the app. You have to decide by yourself. But in this case here, we are open outside the app. Then you have a button for share. You know, when you click in the share button, and then it goes up this screen that says, oh, you want to share with WhatsApp, AirDrop, or go to Chrome, or go to X, and so on. So this is the share. And the rest here, it's really mainly about the event. I added the image, I talked about a category, event title. It's a very simple product. So with a Figma ready, I just name this app, and I put here create with for our name. I just need to share this file with Bravo Studio. And for that, I just click the link from Figma. So I will show you how I do that. I open my Bravo Studio account. I log into my account. And here you can see a bunch of apps I have. So I create a new app and I import my Figma file. Once I import my Figma file, let's open my phone here on the side. And yes, and organize the screen a bit. Just for you to be able to follow up. Okay, so I am now opening my phone here on the side. You can see once I imported the icon is already, I have to add the passcode here. I think no, it will be fine.
Oh, this is cool. So you're mirroring your actual phone on your computer
yes,
screen.
on my computer, yes. And actually I was looking at my apps later before. So here I have Bravo Vision is where I see all the apps in testing mode, right? I did not publish this to the App Store yet. You can see Create With here and Create With here. And if I click in the app right now, you see that there is nothing really going on. So it's going to this page.
Still an app. That's amazing.
It is an app already. I forgot to add a starting point. So I put here start. And this will be the start page once we click the app. Not
so like a lot of the kind of programming side of this is really just getting those names correct in Figma.
Exactly that.
And then it just knows what to do.
Exactly. It knows what to do, what should be doing. So it is about like, okay, I have added here an asterisk for all the things we are going to bind with database, because right now you see it's just static. But if I click in VP, for example, it's opening already a URL, but I have added it manually. But this is coming from the database, right? We don't want it to come. And if I click in share, it's working already.
How is it? Is that because you've got like button action open your? Oh yeah, so you've like you've hard coded in a URL. Okay.
Yeah, but then you add this, you exchange that to come from the database, and when I do that, it will be for the specific event we click on.
Yeah. So does Bravo Studio have a database built in?
No, it accepts any type of database. So let's talk about data. Here we have the app, and we have the three screens too: the loading screen, the event screen, the detail page. Here we have data. We can create a new collection. We have some wizards. Connect with Airtable, with Sano. You can connect with Supabase, any other type. You can even use a JSON file, for example, if you want it, or any other API. So what I create is Airtable product. You create a new database for us, not built with AI, because that will be slowly. You create with database, and this will be my events. And now you just add the data, the basic data from the events for us to see this working.
Yeah.
So an event everything has an ID. So I like to put an ID here for the first one. I'm getting a formula. If you don't know Airtable, might be that what I'm doing it's a little bit quick, but that's all very easy and simple. Believe me. Have you
Yeah, so
been
you could probably use
using?
Google Sheets as well, could you?
Yes, you could, but then you would have to have a API reading that. Like I don't remember if Google offers one.
Mm-hmm.
So you have a title, we have description. So then you have also image type attachment and URL where you are going to. And we could also add a category. I will not add the category because we are going to
Yeah.
use the same category. So that is it. I'm going to the Create With website
Mm-hmm.
because we have 4 exciting workshops going on. And who else is there? Okay, I click on all these events and kind of get the data from there. I add all of them here. Simply that. You can speak a little bit about the events, maybe, Kieran, when I copy the data from them.
Oh yeah, well, if anyone watching this is able to get to London on the 21st of May, which is in like 3 weeks' time, there we are holding a series of workshops, which are the ones you are looking at right now. Carla is going to be there in person, in real life, talking about doing exactly what we're learning about now, but in much greater depth. And then we've got Shen, who's going to be talking about building AI agents, which is a very hot topic. And then we've got Oscar from Glide, who's going to be talking about building AI agents with Glide. And we've got Tom Veselovsky, who's going to be talking about building agents with Bubble. So yeah, if you go to all 4 of them, you will know exactly how to build mobile apps and AI agents in multiple different platforms. So could be a pretty good day. And then obviously that's the day before the main conference, which is, going to be just loads of fun networking and learning and getting inspired together all around creating stuff with AI, automating, changing the way your business works. So should be a very fun couple of days. How was that?
Indeed, I'm very excited about that. And you are really good at remembering all the details.
I was just reading it off the screen. No, I did. I did actually remember their names and everything. But yeah, it's gonna be good. Like all this talk of AI agents will be interesting
Yeah,
to
I'm excited
see.
about that too. I did register myself too.
Yeah,
So it's not okay. Here we have our database, and that is already done. We have the data,
nice.
the details, and so on. So what I am going to create now, you come for the Builder Hub, and then you create a new token here. I put create with, and you add the scope to just. I just need the read one because I'm not adding it to anything. So that's good, I think. And actually not all resources. And then you add the base that we just created, create with, and you create a token. This token will not appear anymore. So you paste it here in a new document just to be sure that I have it later on. And now in Bravo, you create a new collection. Use that the Airtable, like let's go back the to here, and then we are going to share it publicly. So we are going to get a link here, this link. This is exactly what Bravo explains here for you. Then I hit continue and I get my token that I just got. So now it is supposed to magically create my database. And now you can see here, I have 2 types of GET requests. One is a list that you see has 4 events. 0123 and
Mm-hmm.
has all the data from my events already. You see, it has the image and so on. Some of these we don't need. So I just go around and remove them. I leave the ID, the title, the description, and in the image, we just need the URL from it. So we
Mm-hmm.
don't need any other field. And you will see that on the select data, we can change the name of the variables and so on. I like to, so here you see that the variables are good, but for example, the image is not. So I like to keep them simple because, variable names should be always a simple. And then I will do the same for the details page, but now also selecting, and in here in the details page, you see there is just a single item. So I am passing the ID of one of the events. In this case, this one is getting the last one. So now I don't need these items and you just need an image well. And that's it. Let's find it. For it's not here. So yes, this one, and then check the variable names. And I also, okay, we just have two here for some, this one I don't need. And okay, we have the data now. So the next step, we have the data, we have the app. The next step is where the magic happens. We are coming to the events page here. I already click here on the Create With app and you see this happening. Like, let me refresh. Nothing new happens still, but you see this page instead of that other one because now I have added a starting flow to this point.
Mm-hmm.
And in this, I have a list. So I have a container called list, which I will get that data from. You get the list and you look the list in all the records. Just simple like that. And once I do this, I can get to the image and say, here, I want to show the image. And here, we don't have this. We have a title, and that's it. In the slide, the same thing. I just do the records, and I choose my image to show here, and also change the title. And if we did everything right, we should be able to see our 4 events in here and already filter them.
So this is, yeah. Wow. Okay. There you
That
go.
is done. Look at this.
Wow.
And I can filter. So app or mobile. Look at that.
Wow. Okay. That's great. That was so
And
quick.
yeah, right. So now if I click in any of these pages, what will happen is that it's going to the second page, that is the detail page, but I have not binded anything there. So it is that why it doesn't look like anything. But now let's do that. I am going to the top image, and this is not coming from the events list anymore, but the events detail, because I'm passing the ID from one page to another to know
Mm-hmm.
where I clicked. So in here, now it's the image. Then we can add the event title, the event description. We also have a button here, a button with an action. And in this action is called open URL. So you get the URL here to open that. And you also share that same URL, because when you want to share it with someone, I have added a field here, date that won't appear there, but I will refresh here now. And probably it will be ready to go once we sync. So now it's syncing again. And once I click on the workshop, that's
Nice.
it. And now I can click to go to the event page, get my ticket, or I did want to share it with my friends. Yes, let's share Let's share with myself. Why not?
Can you
Just for
share
you
with
to
yourself?
see. Yes, look at this page. It's Holly's image from me. By the way,
Oh yeah.
Holly's image end up on my passport, my new passport.
Yeah, I'm amazed that you're allowed that. For anyone who doesn't know, which is everyone, Holly is my wife, and she took photos at last year's conference. She took some headshots for people, but I'm amazed that they allowed a headshot because normally in a passport photo you have to look really miserable and be against a completely plain background.
Yeah, but I just removed the background with
Oh,
a background
well, and
remover.
normally it's not allowed to be like edited in any way because then they're like, oh, you might have
Yeah.
changed your face or something.
Right now with everything being digital, I think that's the thing. So you see,
Yeah.
now you can do this and you can click in any other one. You can click in see, and the links you be related to that one. You see here.
This is okay. So tell me about the process to. All right. Okay. First question. Is it still linked to that Figma file? If you make changes to the Figma, will it update the styling and stuff in here?
Amazing question. So we did not use the date, right? So I can just remove it here. I can realize, you know what, I want actually my app to have a dark blue, and I change the design for it to be white. You can do whatever. And this that I'm doing right now does not work only when I'm testing in Bravo, but it also works with the live app, which
Wow.
for
Okay.
me is the most amazing thing.
That yeah. I thought you had to push like an update to the app
To
stores and
that,
stuff.
no, like most of the time you don't. You just need to do that if the feature you are adding in Bravo didn't exist before the last bundle you sent to the App Store.
Hmm.
So I am playing around here with a lot of colors. I don't know if these you look good or not, but just for the sake of us playing around, let me make one more color here.
And so
Maybe the event.
my next
Mhm.
question, because we've only got about 5 minutes left, unfortunately, is what is the process for getting this app onto the Play Store and the App Store?
It is the same as any other app. I will show you that once you have your app ready, you go to Bravo Studio and you say like, okay, I want a bundle to send to the stores, and they you send it to you in your email. I can even
Okay.
show you an email. So I did change a bunch here. So I you just refresh my Figma file on Bravo right now, and you see the new colors, and I have removed everything. And if I come to my app that is on my phone, so this is on my phone, the right side, it's you
Wow.
can see
Yeah.
we have a new design color. And you can, okay, this image is not good, this, like, I want to change the colors, I want to put a background on the back button because that doesn't work with the text. You can do all of it, but once you want to publish, you just come here to this button, I publish, and then you add all the data you need for the Android, for example, and then here the iOS data. You have all the, actually this link is broken, but you have all
Mm.
this guide here too. So you go step by step with the process. It takes, like, for you to send the first app, I would say it's a little bit tricky because you need to buy an account at the App Store and Play Store. You need to set up all of these keys, I would say. But once you did it, it is a process that you can repeat in an hour. It's really easy. I'm opening my email, have no idea what's there. So no, I cannot show. Let me see if I can. Yes. So, for example, here it's the email you get. You get the package and you just download, and then you go to the Play Store and App Store, like the same for the iOS app. And when you download it, you can just send it over to the App Store and publish.
And so when you send it over, you're not. It's still linked up to Bravo Studio. So as you said, you can make changes to the colors, and it will update the live app.
Yes, exactly. So I can show you one of my apps here, for example. I keep doing things live on this one. And actually, there is a way for you to, this is the UXY hub, so you can see how an app can grow. This app actually started, like I said, with a simple list of events too, and right now it's much more. But I want to show you one thing. So once you send that, you can also come here and say that you are versioning, so that anything you do, you just be visible on Bravo Studio and not on the live app until you publish the
Mm-hmm.
changes. So you can keep it to yourself until things are ready, but you can also just build live. Most of the time I'm doing small adjustments, so I just build live.
Yeah, that is amazing. I can't believe you. I didn't actually believe that you'd be able to get this far this quickly, but it's so quick, and it just it makes so much sense to have all this. The way they've linked in with Figma, which obviously is a tool that loads of people love. How many Figma designers do you think know that you can do this? I mean, like, what
I
is it popular?
it It is a great question. I don't think a lot of designers are using it because most of designers are really focused on the job, I would say.
Yeah.
And you see startups and founders interested in learning and building with it more than designers itself as skills. But there are product teams working with it in their products to launch a new feature, doing a beta test, because you can also share. Like I could share, for example, I could send this to you right now, and you would be able to already use it on your phone without going to the stores.
Wow. Okay. Would I need like test flight or something?
No, nothing. You just have to add the Bravo Vision and have the
Yeah.
same account of your email, and you would be able to see the product there.
Okay. Oh, super cool. Unfortunately, we are out of time now, but yeah, that was amazing. That was super high paced. Loads of information. But yeah, definitely makes me want to launch my own app now, like, and just play
Let's
around with
do
it.
it.
Yeah, that would be great. And so in the workshop on Wednesday the 21st, are you planning on getting people to launch their apps?
Well, not launching for sure, like that is too short, right? Like 90
Yeah.
minutes, but you get out of there for sure with the basics of building a product from zero to end, understanding what you should do, and also get some templates done. So most of it, what takes time is really to have the flow, have this tag set in the place and so on, and you get that all for free as a template. So
Yeah. Nice. Well, that's going to be an amazing session. And yeah, thank you so much for this. It was really great. And now I know what you do. Previously, you'd always said Bravo Studio, and I was like, I don't really know what that is. But yeah, it seems like a great product, and maybe one that we should be using at Create with.
yeah, let's go for it. Thank you for having me, Kieran.
Excellent. Yeah, thanks for showing us all this stuff, and I'll see you in person very soon.
Yes, looking forward to it. See you in London.
See ya.